Welcome to release question number 33 for the Algebra 1 CST questions. It says, which point lies on the line defined by 3x plus 6y equals 2? What we really need to do, the only thing we really need to do in this problem is to plug in the numbers and see what one works, see which one is going to give a correct or a true equation when we plug in the value for x and the value for y. So let's start off with a and see what happens. So if we plug in 3 times 0 plus 6 times 2, do we in fact get 2? That's what we're supposed to get. Is this equal 2? So I'm going to put a question mark above the equal sign. I don't know yet. But when I work this out, this becomes 0. This becomes 12. 0 plus 12 clearly does not equal 2. So choice A, it doesn't work for that. Let's try choice B. So let's plug in 3 times, looks like we've got 0 for x again, and this time we've got 6 for y. So is this a true equation? If we plug in 0 and 6 for x and y, this would be 0, this would be 36. Notice my question mark there, because I wasn't sure yet, but 0 plus 36, well, that's 36, and 36 clearly does not equal 2. So choice B does not lie, this point does not lie on this line. Let's try this one now. If we plug in a 1 for x, and we plug in negative 1/6 for y, what happens? Do we get that side being equal to 2? That looks kind of funny there. Let me make a better equal sign a second. I don't know that that's much better, but that'll do. So here we have 3, and then this becomes, you can think of this as like 6 over 1. That helps you decide what's what. When you multiply fractions, you've got 6 times 1. You multiply the tops, multiply the bottoms, you'd have 6 times 1 on the top, which is 6, and you'd have 1 times 6 on the bottom, which is 6. You could also think of cross-canceling. You could think about these being reciprocals. Lots of different ways to think about this. I'm going to still put an equal sign with a question mark above it right there. I messed something up, though. Did you notice what I messed up? I had a positive times a negative here, so this would actually become a negative. And so I have a minus sign right here, and so this is the same thing as 3 minus 1. Does that in fact equal 2? Yes, it does. So this one, when you plug in 1 for x, you plug in negative 1/6 for y, you actually get a true equation. The equation holds, and so choice C seems to be the correct choice. Let's just try D and see that it doesn't work out. So if we plug in, 1 for x and negative 1/3 for y, does that equal, still a bad question mark, does that equal 2? So in this case, we can think of this as 6 over 1 again. We would have a positive times a negative would be a negative. You could think of this as 6 times 1 on the top, 6. 1 times 3 on the bottom is 3. And it looks like you had the same x value, so you should think if you have a different y value, it's probably not going to work out. Hopefully that came across your mind as we're going through this here. But 3 minus 2, that would be 1, and 1 does not equal 2. So choice D, yep, that was incorrect. Choice C has to be the only correct answer. Number 33, choice C.